The Dell Inspiron 13-5368 is a 2-in-1 laptop released in 2016. While obsolete for new purchases, teardown guides are valuable for DIY repairs and understanding laptop internals. This video will guide you through a teardown, emphasizing key areas and safety. Remember that attempting this may void your warranty. This model is known for hinge wear, battery degradation, and screen flex issues. Before starting, gather your tools: a Phillips screwdriver set, plastic pry tools, an anti-static wristband, and isopropyl alcohol. Ground yourself to prevent electrostatic discharge, which can damage the laptop's components. Work in a clean, well-lit area. Have a container to store screws and small parts safely. First, remove the 10 screws securing the base cover. These screws are typically located around the edges and hinges of the laptop bottom. Use plastic pry tools to gently separate the cover from the chassis, working around the edges. These tools help avoid scratching or damaging the laptop surface. Once open, locate the battery. The battery is glued in place, so carefully use pry tools to lift it. Be extremely cautious to avoid puncturing the battery, as this can cause a fire or explosion. After safely removing the battery, you can proceed with replacement or further disassembly. Begin by disconnecting the keyboard ribbon cable. This cable is typically secured by a small latch mechanism. Gently lift the latch to release the connector. Remove the screws holding the keyboard in place. There are typically 4 to 6 screws around the edges. Use a Phillips screwdriver to remove them carefully. Carefully lift the keyboard out from the laptop chassis. Be gentle to avoid damaging the ribbon cable or any internal components. Now move to the motherboard. First, disconnect all cables connected to the motherboard. These include power cables, data cables, and connectors for various components. Note the location and orientation of each cable. Taking a photo or making notes will help during reassembly. Remove the screws securing the motherboard to the chassis. There are usually 6 to 8 screws. Unscrew them in a diagonal pattern to avoid warping the board. Carefully lift the motherboard out, supporting it from the edges to prevent flexing or damage to components. The Dell Inspiron 13-5368 contains several key internal components that work together to power the laptop. The Intel Core i5 or i7 CPU serves as the brain of the laptop, performing all processing tasks and calculations. The RAM is soldered directly to the motherboard, meaning it cannot be upgraded. It provides temporary storage for data the CPU needs quickly. The solid-state drive, ranging from 128 GB to 512 GB, stores the operating system and files, offering fast access to data. Integrated graphics are built into the CPU, handling visual display and basic graphics without a separate video card. The Wi-Fi card is modular but difficult to replace, providing wireless internet connectivity to the laptop. The fan assembly is also modular but challenging to replace, working to cool the internal components and prevent overheating. A common issue with this model is hinge failure. The hinges connect the screen to the keyboard area and can wear out over time. Hinges can be accessed after removing the screen assembly. Applying heat may be necessary to soften adhesives, allowing careful separation without damage. Overheating is also a known problem. During reassembly, ensure the fan and heatsink are thoroughly cleaned and free of dust to maintain proper cooling. Consider user modifications for better ventilation, such as improving airflow paths to prevent future overheating issues. When working on the Dell Inspiron 13-5368, safety is paramount. Always handle the lithium polymer battery with extreme care. These batteries can pose risks of fire or explosion if damaged or short-circuited, so avoid puncturing, overheating, or exposing them to water. During disassembly, pay special attention to the screen flex cables. These thin ribbon cables connect the display to the motherboard and are extremely delicate. Mishandling can cause permanent damage, so handle them gently and avoid bending or pulling forcefully. Electronic waste disposal is crucial for environmental protection. Dispose of components responsibly by recycling them through certified programs. Many parts from the Dell Inspiron 13-5368, such as the battery, circuit boards, and plastics, can be recycled. This reflects growing trends where 40% of teardowns now emphasize component reuse to minimize e-waste impact. Consider the scale. Worldwide, 44.7 million metric tons of electronic waste are generated each year, yet 80% of it goes unrecycled. Proper disposal and reuse of components from devices like the Inspiron 135368 contribute to reducing this environmental burden. Begin reassembly by reversing the disassembly steps. Start with connecting all cables securely, ensuring they are properly seated in their connectors. Next, tighten all screws using the appropriate screwdriver. Refer to your notes on screw sizes and locations. Before fully closing the laptop, test it thoroughly. Power it on and check that the screen displays correctly, the keyboard and touchpad respond, and all speakers and ports function. While the Dell Inspiron 135368 has a poor repairability rating of 2 out of 10 due to glued components and proprietary designs, learning this process can significantly extend your laptop's usable life and contribute to environmental sustainability by reducing e-waste. However, as replacement parts become increasingly scarce, such repairs may eventually become uneconomical.